It's LaRhonda Marie. He chose me.
Don't you count me out yet, I'm under construction. I'm a work in progress, I'm under construction. Don't you count me out yet, I'm under construction.
It's a family affair.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to Under Construction with LaRhonda Marie. I'm LaRhonda Marie, and today's show is just a tad bit different. So whoever's on the show today, you guys are my special guests. We're going to be discussing just current events, and I cannot wait to jump in on the current events. Even my daughter wants to have something to say today about a couple of things one thing that I'm talking about. So you guys, just like it says at the bottom of the screen, please add all questions and feedback in the comments so that we can discuss your thoughts. During this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars and digital gifts. That helps me earn money. We will use our stars to hire more journalists and content creators while supporting other Black-owned businesses, hoping to create an ecosystem that brings about success for all involved. If you find value in the content, send your stars today. As you already know, I collaborate with Swag Her Magazine. And so I do want to let you know, if you are a boss chick, if you are a coach, if you're an author, if you need some help with branding, if you need some help with just expanding your brand, getting some more visibility, Swag Her Magazine is the place to take a look. We have some great specials going on right now. Jog on over to the website. I'm going to just give you a little bit of information on Swagger, and then we'll be right back, and we'll jump right on into today's questions.
Swag Her Magazine is an empowerment and lifestyle publication for Black women who like to be real with themselves and in business. The magazine also offers public relations services and visibility coaching for Black women-led businesses, coaches, authors, and girl bosses so that they receive more exposure and grow their brands. To learn more about Swag Her Magazine, please visit www.swagher.net. That's www.swagher.net. Check our swag. We're more than a mag.
That's right. If you need to increase your visibility, expand your brand in any kind of way, take a look at the package that Swagger offers. You will not regret it. All right. So today, again, you are my special guest. If you have any questions, any comments about some current events going on, hey, Claire from Louisiana, thank you so much for joining the conversation today. Thank you so much. Anybody that's on, please let me know where you're from. Please know that you are important today, because I don't have a special guest. You are, my audience is my special guest. And so we're just going to discuss some events that I've been going through, different articles and seeing different things, me and my co-writer, and we just wanted to bring up a couple of topics and see what the audience has to say about some of the things that are going on. So the first thing that I thought was interesting is we have our own, I guess, Noah's Ark is what I'm going to call a man built an underground survival bunker that can withstand the end of the world. Larry Hall, a Kansas man, has built a bunker. It's 15 floors deep. It's accessible by a high-speed elevator. There's a store, a library, a classroom, a cinema, a swimming pool, and a rock climbing wall. What are your thoughts on that? Like, I'm biblical. I am a child of God, so I think about this brings to mind a new type of Noah's Ark to me. Well, it's not the same, but it sounds like this man is trying to build something just in case the how do you say that? The Acropolis comes. The Acropolis comes. I don't think I'm saying that right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. When if that comes, that he's ready. And actually, if you have enough money, you can actually purchase. There's a purchase price of 1.5 to 4.5 million because it can hold up to 75 people per silo. I don't know what that means. I don't know how many people that is, but what do you guys think of that? Do you have any thoughts on this man building a survival bunker for the end of the world? So he knows, I guess he believes that the end of the world is coming, and he wants to be prepared. As a Christian, as a child of God, I'm like, you know what, guys? If my thoughts on that is, if God wants to destroy the world, guess what? It does not matter what we build, right? He has the final say. So kudos to the man that came up with that, and hopefully he'll make some money off the suckers that will probably purchase that. I'm not gonna say suckers, because if you got 1.5 to 4.5 million dollars to do that, then waste on that, then you go right ahead. But I just thought that was interesting. I don't see anybody else having anything to say about that, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. Let's see. R. Kelly. So this is about R. Kelly. We have Azriel Clary and her mother, Alice Clary. It's some text messages that have currently surfaced about Azriel's mom texting her about making sure she tells. I'm paraphrasing. I read what the text message said. Is basically, I'm paraphrasing, but she basically tells her daughter, hey, make sure you tell him your age. It's up to him if he wants to let it be his decision to mess with you, but let him know your age. That way he can make that decision on his own. So pretty much, mom, what that sounds like to me is that mom knew about the fact that that daughter was going to try to, get to R. Kelly any type of way that she needed to, and the mom seemed to be okay with her just letting her know, hey, you need to tell him your age and let him make that decision. People are saying now that the mom should have some charges brought up against her. I personally have always thought anybody's child after, pretty much Aaliyah, that if you let your child around R. Kelly without you being present, you definitely should have known something may be not right with that man. I can give you an example. I went to see R. Kelly. I think it was like 2000 in 2000, and I believe it was 14 or 15. We went to see R. Kelly, and I took my daughter. I took my goddaughter was with us. My daughter, my best friend, and my sister. We all went to the R. Kelly concert that he had at a casino here in Oklahoma, and we all went knowing the history behind R. Kelly, but we were fans and we were determined to show the girls who the real king of R&B was. They thought it was Chris Brown. And so we were determined to show them that. So we took them to the concert, and I want you to know that I can say for certain that there are people that are standing there waiting for you. There, he has young girls there talking to your young girls, being their friends. Our daughters were asked to go backstage. Our daughters were asked to come meet him. Our daughters were asked all types of things, but we would not let our daughters go. And so, like I said, because we grew up knowing the history behind R. Kelly, although we were still supporting his music, we still wasn't going to let our young underage girls. I believe our daughters were 16 at the time. We weren't going to let our underage girls around R. Kelly. What are your thoughts? Any parent, for me, that lets their child around R. Kelly is asking for trouble. And definitely knew it was going to be trouble, and for you not to be that parent to stay around, because I stayed close to my daughter, my best friend, and my sister, and all three of us stayed close to the girls. They even text messaged one of the young ladies uh, a day after, because he was still trying to pursue them. So everything those girls were saying definitely happened when we were in Oklahoma City. We came through the door of the concert. People came up to us and said, "Hey, they want you guys in front." Me and my friend and my sister, we thought we was fine, so that's why we was getting to the front. But after we thought about it, it was because the girls we had with us, and they were beautiful young girls, and so right up his alley. So those things really happen. So yeah, I think personally, as a parent, with the text message that I just saw exchanged between her and her daughter, that the mom should be brought against, that something should happen, because, and I think that all those parents, again, that anybody that knew what was going on with R. Kelly after, what, 90, 96, 97, I mean, y'all should have known that you should watch, if you were going to have him, if he was going to mentor your kid, if he was going to help you with produce their music, that you should be up close and personal with them at all times, and never leave your daughter, your child, period, along with that man or any of his people. Because I would have been with my child the whole entire time. What are your thoughts on that? Does anybody have any thoughts on that at all? If so, please comment. Again, you guys are my special guest today, so I don't want to just hold the conversation alone. So if you have some input, please give me some input. I would appreciate it. Okay, my daughter is over here, and she's a part of the third question, because we're gonna move on. I don't see anyone discussing the Clary, what's her name, Azriel Clary, or Alice Clary. We're probably tired of the story, but this is a new twist to it. The mom knew. And do you think charges should be brought? Do you think something should happen to the mom? I guess that's my question to the audience. What do you think should happen to the mom? Because it sounds like she was aware that the daughter was really trying to pursue a relationship of some sort, an inappropriate, underage relationship with him. So let's move on. I'm going to bring my daughter. She wanted to come because we watched this movie together. Come on, Krisha. Say hello.
Hi.
I don't know why she had these shades on, y'all, but she got them on. So over the weekend, Krisha and I had a chance to check out the new movie with Chloe Bailey and Quavo called Praise This. What did you think about the movie, Krisha?
I really felt like it was entertaining. I felt like they was doing, like they was trying to prove a point about the story and give us a lesson on what's going on and how to teach us through something, you know?
I don't, because I don't. But you sounded like you were saying something right there. Hello, Bettina. I appreciate you joining us. Say hello, Krisha.
Hi.
That's Miss Bettina to you.
Hi, Miss Bettina.
Tell us where you from. We were just discussing Chloe Bailey and Quavo's new movie. It's on. What was it on? What did we see that on? Was that on? It wasn't Netflix. No, I forget, y'all. I don't know if it's on Netflix or if it's on. I got so many applications. If y'all know, put it in there. I think it's Is it Netflix? It may not be Netflix. Anyway, just type in Praise This. I feel like it's Netflix, but it might not be. Or I don't know. But anyway, we watched it. It made me think about Fighting Temptation. Not really. No. Let It Shine. Let It Shine with Coco, the Coco girl that's real popular now. I saw Coco in Let It Shine, so it kind of reminded me of the Let It Shine, but it wasn't as good as Let It Shine. How I decide if I watch a lot of movies. You haven't watched it yet. You should watch it. It's good music. It's not great music because I didn't download it after I got finished with it. Because usually I'll download it. I love the kids' movies and stuff, and I love it. I didn't download it after it, but Christian loved the music. What did you think about the music?
I loved it. Like, I felt like it was really entertaining. It's like you see one part and then you want to finish the other part.
I mean, it's a good movie for the kids and grown-ups, you know, both of you guys. It does a great job of bringing in the two types of music. You know, it's bringing in that Christian, and because it's meshing pretty much a secular music with a gospel lyrics. So that's pretty much what happens. And then it's a great storyline. I won't ruin it for you. But the music is very edgy. It's very hip hop. I mean, it's basically they're meshing pretty much today's music with the Christian lyrics, basically. So I did enjoy it. It gives a great positive message and all that. But if you compare it to Let It Shine or Fighting Temptation, that's what a lot of people want to do. Yes, do that. Do that because it is worth 2 hours. I didn't feel like my 2 hours were wasted. You know, you can watch a kid movie and be like, why did I watch that? And I like musicals. I like things with great music, and it does a good job. But what I wanted to bring, and I wanted to discuss that with Krisha, but Quavo, who's a character in the movie, Quavo's now reportedly open to possibly doing a gospel album after his Rose and Praise This. And so I like that. Especially with, I'm sure it has a lot to do with Takeoff and how, you know, what he's been going through already. And then going into going to a set where it's Christian based. The whole thing was Christian based. I'm sure that was something that he needed, that he definitely needed. And it sounds like with how he felt being around them, it makes him want to possibly do a Christian album. What do you think about your hip hop people, Quavo? What do you think about your hip hop people wanting to kind of do some Christian music too, Christian?
I really love it.
You better say that.
I love that they do the Christian music because, like, it's like I said, it's like giving you a lesson, like, for the people that doesn't believe in God. What's the
That's good. So what you're saying is that type of music can pull in those people that don't normally necessarily listen to Christian music. That's a good point that you made, baby. That's a good point. And that's what it's about. That it's about the pull. You know, if it's gonna pull in those people, I don't mind Quavo doing that. If he does it decently and in order, I don't mind him crossing over to the Christian side because I can tell you that he's going to pull in a whole lot more people than Lecrae. I mean, he will because of his notoriety. I remember I made a statement one time about Fantasia to one of my nephews, and I was like, he was like, she should do Christian music. And I was like, no, she shouldn't. She should continue to do her R&B because she reaches more people. And while she's out there doing her R&B, she can save souls. If you've been to a Fantasia concert, she's going to give you a little bit of Jesus. And if you're not blessed after you've left there, there's something wrong with you. And so I don't mind the crossover as long as it's done in decent and order. I think it was DJ Khaled last summer that showed us that if we put something out positive, Christian like, Kanye has done some things, I don't mind them crossing over because they are going to reach more than just our mainstream Christian artists, unfortunately, but that's okay. What I want to see is them collaborate more with our Christian artists. I would love to see Kiara do something with with someone mainstream. I would love to see, even Corinne Hawthorne. I would love to see her do some things. I would love to see Shirley Caesar do some things, and they've been doing those things. Yolanda Adams has always been that way, Tamala Mann, so they cross over. Kirk Franklin, Christians don't mind crossing over, we don't. And so, yeah, that movie, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Everybody say thank you to Krisha for her help. Oh, she wants to stay. Let me see what my subject's next.
I also have a thing on the Christian music.
Oh,
What's the main character? The woman
Chloe Bailey.
Chloe Bailey. I think she's a Christian. I think.
Yeah, she is.
She's a natural Christian in reality, and in the movie, she was showing us that she didn't believe in God, but then at the end of the story,
okay, don't tell everybody what happens.
Oh,
let them know. Yeah, let them find out. Let them find out.
Okay.
I know, right? Gone, co-host. I know she about to give it all. Give all the tea. Give all the tea. So we
go get one of these. Go get one of these.
It's crazy. You got me acting like B when she did her look, when she had Blue Ivy going, stop all that. Okay. Okay, so my next one is talking about Shaquilla Robinson. So U.S. authorities will not pursue charges in the death of Shaquilla Robinson. And if you remember, Shaquilla Robinson was the young lady that went to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, with about 6 of her friends, and she didn't come back. But they did, and they tried to say that it was due to alcohol poison. But then we later found out that they jumped her. And so anyway, so what her family has been trying to do is get charges, have U.S. make charges against those involved in that. And so the U.S. has come back and said that they're not going to do it. But I did some further research, and it looks like that there's reasons why the U.S. will not pursue a case. And normally the main reason is because the other country is already pursuing something. And that's the case that's going on with her. It's so sad. Hey, Tiffany, thank you so much for joining.
I miss Tiffany.
And so it is so sad. It brings about two things to me. You got to know who your true friends are. And the other thing is, well, you have to know who your true friends are. That's just the bottom line of it. You got to know who you're traveling with. You have to know, you just can't do anything with anybody because the price is right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's such a sad situation, such a beautiful young life taken. But what I did find out is that the Mexican authorities, the Mexican officials, are actively working the case. They have taken precautions for a couple of people, a man and a woman, to be extradited. They have not been yet extradited back to Mexico, but they're working on it. So definitely got to know the people around you. Folks switch up quickly. You're right. You definitely got to know jealousy. That's it. I mean, that's all that could have been, was jealousy. Because there's nothing in the world that would make you want to just decide you want to kill somebody, unless, I mean, that didn't happen in one day. That to me was something that they had been thinking about. Maybe they didn't think they were going to kill her, but they did know they were going to jump her and beat the crap out of her. That's not something that just came across just because y'all just went across the border. And so it's a sad situation. But yes, the Mexican authorities are still doing their part. What do you guys think? Do y'all have any? What does anybody have any comments on any of that? Because at first Yeah, Mexican. It looks like the autopsy shows that it was not an accident. She had a broken neck, a severe spinal cord injury. What is what the autopsy showed, and they're saying alcohol poison. So, they needed a place to do it without any backlash. This is the, you know what? That's it. That's it. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm like, y'all had this planned out. Like I said, I don't know if their intent was to kill, but their intent was definitely to hurt and leave her there. And that, and it's just, I hate when it's us being like that. It's so sickening. But yeah, you have to know who you're traveling with. You got to know your friends. And what a horrible way to learn that lesson. That was just, it was just awful. But guys, thank you for your, now this is my last topic, and I'm gonna let y'all go because this, I couldn't even, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go on this one right here because this is an adult. So everybody say bye to Krisha.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, baby. You did such a good job.
Thank you.
Chocolate chip. Okay. The last subject is the Dalai Lama asked to kiss a boy's tongue. Okay, guys. So, like, if you don't know who the Dalai Lama is, Lady Gator, I know, right? Very sickening. You be the sweetest person in the world, but discernment is necessary. That's right. That's right. Discernment is everything. Discernment is everything. This Dalai Lama asked to kiss a boy's tongue. When I read this, I had to read further because I had to figure out what the full story, because it just didn't make any sense. But after I read the full story, it still don't make sense to me. But he made an apology. And he says that he's always playful. He was being playful. And he's always playful like that. He's 87 years old. This is what he does with, people, children, people, everybody. This is just who the Dalai Lama is. What are y'all thoughts on that? I'm just gonna say this because I respect the title of the Dalai Lama. I appreciate that he definitely just knew he needed to apologize. I just think in this climate at this time that grown-ups really need to just make better choices when it comes to how we interact with children, how we interact with the underage, especially when we hold a title. And the Dalai Lama is the holiness of the Tibet people. I don't know how to say it. Is it Tibetans or the Tibet? He's the highest as it comes. And so yeah, as with that particular type of title, I just think that we have to be mindful of how we yeah. Good thing he apologized, but that's weird to me. It was it's weird. It was a weird exchange. I'm sure it was uncomfortable for everybody that was present, that watched it. But my issue is that I feel like the backlash from it was not what it should have been. I feel like if that was the Pope, it would have been a little bit more. But all he had to do was apologize. So, our religious leaders, our people, our politicians, those that are in front, our leadership, it's just, we need to be mindful of, again, how we interact with the underage, because it just, that didn't sit well with my spirit. It still don't sit well with me. But I appreciate that he did try to explain what he was thinking or what his thought process was. But good thing he apologized, but that's weird. And so there's too much perversion already, so it brings, right, that's my thing. Like, we already have so many issues in different religious faiths that when it comes to the children, you got to be, again, you need to be mindful of how you are interacting with those kids. And I don't think that we should have to still be reminding the 87-year-old. I don't think we should have to be reminding the teachers. I mean, some of this is just common sense. But again, we definitely need to be mindful when we're interacting with our young people and what they see. Because I just don't know what that little boy that he was trying to tongue kiss is even thinking in his head, or his mom and his dad. Here's His Holiness, somebody that I hold high in my faith. And here he is trying to tongue kiss my child. I don't even know how to respond to that because I hold him so far. Who's going to say anything to him? And so how do you, as a parent, respond to His Holiness? So that's why it's so crucial that the people that can make him accountable say something. And so I wasn't happy with, I appreciate his explanation and his apology, but at the same time, dude, seriously, like, it's 2023. You know the world as it is. You are His Holiness, and you should know better. Yeah, it's gross. It's no other word. You put your tongue on a little boy's tongue. It's gross. Okay. I just it's nothing else to that. I don't see that. Anyone has anything else to say about that? Bettina, I appreciate you joining the conversation and your input. It looks like we on the same path. I believe would have split paths at that point. Right, because I'm serious. I'm so serious, because if that's just think about that. If it's your pastor and your pastor is trying to put his tongue on the baby's tongue, you gonna have an issue with that. So His Holiness, they just kind of, it just kind of bypassed it a little bit to my taste. But yeah, and my thought is, if this is happening in front of the cameras, I don't know what you are doing when the cameras are not on, when people are not holding their it's just a bad taste. It's a bad taste. So yeah. I do know if that was TD Jakes or somebody, it would have been all plastered all over the news. It would have been all, but sometimes with the religious mishaps, we tend to try to, throw it up under the rug. they try to hide it, or they threw it out there a little bit, but they take it right back. It's not a mainstream story for too long. They will throw something else out there and act as if this man ain't tried to tongue kiss a little boy. And so I have an issue with that. I definitely have an issue with that, especially with the title that he holds. I have an issue, but that's my thoughts on it. I pray that everybody has a blessed week. This is the last show of the season for Under Construction with LaRhonda Marie, and so I will not return until May. It will be May when I return for my next show. I don't know the date as of yet. I will tell you guys as soon as I have the date. It will still be on Thursday. It will still be at 7 p.m. But I'm not sure if it'll be the day. I'm thinking it's going to be a Mother's Day show, but I'm still trying to get that in the works. So I'm not sure, but I'll have some dates for you. But thank you so much. You guys have been such a great audience this season. I hope to see you guys next season. We are going to be tackling more topics, more things to come. I want to get more music guests. I want to get more authors. I want to get just more coaches, the relationship coaches. If you have been a guest on Under Construction with LaRhonda Marie this season, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If you have been a part of the audience, I want to say to you, thank you so much for the support. I will be back next season, which is just May, I'm taking just a few weeks break so I can get some things together for the show, and then we'll be back. I'm hoping for a Mother's Day show, only if I can get it to come together the way I want it to come together. But if not, it'll be a week after that. So I will let you know. But thank you again for joining Under Construction with LaRhonda Marie. I'm LaRhonda Marie, and I am out.